What if every newborn shared a mystery so deep, it shook the foundation of what we know about life itself? Imagine a world where every child's face seems eerily the same. Why does this happen? And what if the answer held the key to humanity's future, or its downfall? In this gripping journey, you'll uncover the astonishing truth behind the mystery of newborns who all appear strikingly similar. As the story unfolds, secrets long buried are unearthed, revealing a shocking connection between humanity's survival and a hidden force pulling the strings. From the discovery of ancient alien influences to the sudden rise of an unimaginable threat, the stakes grow higher by the second. What begins as a biological enigma spirals into a battle for power, revenge, and survival. The human race is faced with impossible choices as they confront the reality of their transformation, what they've become, and what they're forced to fight for. Each twist and turn heightens the tension, leaving you questioning who can be trusted in a world where identity itself is in question. Stay tuned, because what's to come will leave you on the edge of your seat, with a revelation so impactful, it could change the course of humanity forever. Why do newborns look the same? And how does it connect to the fate of us all? You're about to find out. The world is a stark place, bathed in the faint glow of a dying sun. Humanity now lives in scattered enclaves, remnants of a once thriving civilization, overshadowed by the remnants of war and the looming presence of an alien empire. The sky above is perpetually overcast, the clouds thick with the ash of long-forgotten battles. The air feels heavy, thick with the scent of decay, and each breath tastes like the last one might be taken. Cities are little more than crumbling skeletons, their structures half destroyed by the relentless bombardments of a war that spanned generations. Amid the ruins, strange hums and flickers of forgotten technology still pulse, remnants of alien influence that no one fully understands. The streets are empty, save for the occasional flicker of movement, humans, lost and broken, struggling to piece together what little remains of their world. There are no animals left to be heard, no chirping birds, no rustling leaves in the wind, just the hollow sound of wind brushing against rusted metal and cracked concrete. The only constant is the eerie silence, broken only by distant explosions or the low rumble of approaching vehicles that belong to the occupying alien forces. Their ships, sleek and silent, hover over the ruins, casting long shadows over the once proud cities. Their presence is omnipresent, like a weight pressing down on humanity's fragile existence. But beneath the surface, something is stirring. The newborns, their faces identical, their features unremarkable yet unnervingly uniform, are born into this world of ashes and uncertainty. A mystery lingers in the air, like a whisper just out of reach, asking questions no one dares to answer. The world is on the edge, balancing between the death of all things and the hope of a future that may never come. And yet, something about these children feels like a turning point, an omen of change, or perhaps a signal that the end is near. This is a world where survival is fragile, and hope is nothing more than a fleeting memory. A world where the questions outweigh the answers, and where every step forward could be the last. The first signs of the mystery begin to surface in the quietest of moments. It starts with the newborns. At first, it's nothing more than a strange observation, whispers in the darkened halls of a crumbling hospital. Nurses, worn by years of war and loss, glance at the babies in their care, all of them with faces disturbingly similar. No one can explain it, and no one dares to ask why. The world is fractured, and any deviation from the norm is seen as a threat. Rumors spread like wildfire. What does this mean? Is it a sign? Are they alien creations? These questions loom like a storm on the horizon, but they go unanswered, buried beneath the weight of survival. People are too busy fending off the aliens, too consumed by the daily struggle to notice. But something is changing. Across the shattered landscape, a growing sense of unease settles in. The newborns, despite their identical faces, are not all alike. Some show signs of strange, unexplainable abilities, flickers of heightened intelligence or inexplicable strength for their age. It's as if the children, born in a world drowning in darkness, have been touched by something more powerful than mere biology. A sense of foreboding begins to creep in as the aliens intensify their grip on Earth. The newborns, born under strange circumstances, inexplicable in their uniformity, are becoming a focal point for an underground resistance group. They believe the children might hold the key to defeating the alien invaders. But this hope is fragile, like a thread about to snap. The aliens are watching, and they are beginning to take notice of the rise in curiosity about the children. Surveillance drones hover over every settlement, silent observers of humanity's every move. Tension builds as factions within the human resistance argue over what to do. Should they protect the newborns, hide them away, or use them as weapons in the fight? The stakes are high. If the newborns are connected to the alien threat, their survival could mean the end of humanity as it knows it. If they are the key to victory, the cost of exploiting them could be unimaginable. The conflict is just beginning to surface, and already, the question looms large: what will humanity lose in its desperate search for answers? The air is thick with the smell of smoke and the distant rumble of alien ships above. Inside a makeshift shelter, an emergency broadcast flickers to life on a dusty screen. A voice, calm yet strained, echoes through the room: anomaly detected in Sector 12. Unauthorized movement. All civilians, evacuate immediately. All resistance members, prepare for combat. The screen crackles and cuts out, leaving only static. In the chaos that follows, a figure emerges from the shadows: a child, no older than a few months, their face eerily identical to every other newborn across the land. They lie in a damaged cradle, eyes wide open, as if already aware of the danger creeping closer. Their very presence feels like a spark in a room full of tinder. A sudden explosion shakes the ground, and the shelter is thrown into chaos. Dust clouds fill the air, the walls tremble, and a low, menacing hum grows louder. Alien craft are closing in. A resistance fighter, his face grim, snatches the baby from the cradle, his hands trembling. The child's eyes lock onto his, and for a brief moment, it feels like time stands still. What do we do now? The thought flashes through his mind. He knows the stakes: this baby could be the key to everything, but what if it's the end of humanity? His mind races as he watches the outside world descend into panic. The first missile strikes, followed by the roar of alien forces descending from the skies. A sense of urgency grips the resistance group. The choice is thrust upon them: protect the child and risk the wrath of the alien empire, or abandon the child and face the unknown consequences of doing nothing. The urgency is unbearable. The whispers of those in the underground network grow louder: is the child the one? Is this why they look the same? But no one has the answer, not yet. The resistance's only option is to run, to protect the child and hope that somehow, they'll find the truth behind the newborn's identical faces and what it means for humanity's future. The tension escalates as the alien forces close in, their intent clear. The world is on the edge of collapse, and the choice the resistance makes now will determine the course of everything to come. The inciting event has ignited the plot. Now, they have no choice but to act. The resistance is on the move, but the stakes have never been higher. As they flee the wreckage of the shelter, the once distant hum of alien craft grows louder, an oppressive reminder of the forces hunting them. Every step they take feels heavier, each passing moment filled with the threat of discovery. They can no longer hide in the shadows: every move must be calculated, or they risk losing everything. The child, now in the arms of the resistance fighter, becomes the symbol of hope and despair in equal measure. Its strange, intense gaze never wavers, as if understanding the gravity of the situation. Yet, there's something deeply unsettling about the child's calm, as if it is aware of the truth that no one else can grasp. This is no ordinary infant. Tension thickens between the resistance members. Some question the child's true purpose, wondering if it's more of a danger than a savior. Others cling to the belief that it is their last hope, but doubts are growing. The group is divided: some are willing to die for the child, while others begin to question whether their fight is worth the cost. Meanwhile, the alien forces tighten their grip on Earth. They are no longer just observing, they're hunting. Cities are obliterated, survivors hunted down like prey. The resistance, once a flicker of defiance, now faces overwhelming odds. The alien ships patrol the skies, their searchlights sweeping the landscape, and every sign of resistance is met with brutal force. Their technology is far beyond humanity's, and the resistance's weapons are nothing more than primitive tools in comparison. In a desperate bid to find answers, the Resistance journeys toward an ancient research facility, once a hub of scientific discovery. It's now a decaying monument to forgotten knowledge. But inside, they uncover the first real clue: cryptic data about genetic manipulation, about the newborns. It's a piece of the puzzle, but it raises more questions than answers. The child, they realize, may be the product of a technology older than their enemies, and it could be their only chance to turn the tide. But the cost of discovery is steep. The Resistance is fractured, exhausted, and on the brink of collapse. As the walls close in, the toll of their journey weighs heavily on their spirits, and the ultimate question remains: can they trust the child, or is it a weapon they're too afraid to control? The Resistance's journey has reached its breaking point. The tension, the uncertainty, and the mounting pressure have worn them thin. After days of evading the relentless alien forces, they finally reach the abandoned research facility. Inside, the dim light flickers erratically, casting long shadows over the forgotten lab. The air is thick with dust and the musty scent of decay, but amidst the silence, the truth begins to reveal itself. A member of the Resistance, a scientist by training, uncovers the first coherent data in years. The lab's archives are old, their contents a jumbled mix of fragments and half-finished experiments. But as the scientist sifts through the files, one name stands out: Project Genesis. It is a project shrouded in secrecy, an initiative to genetically alter humanity's offspring to withstand the alien threat. The files detail experiments with human and alien DNA, aiming to create a hybrid species capable of surviving under the oppressive rule of the invaders. Then, the real shock hits. The children, the ones who look so strikingly alike, are not mere victims, they are the product of Project Genesis. They are part of a failed experiment, designed to serve as humanity's last hope, engineered to possess unique abilities, but something went wrong. They were meant to carry the DNA of the alien invaders to create a new human-alien hybrid, a species with the strength to resist the alien forces. Instead, something unforeseen happened: the children's genetic coding became too pure, their bodies rejecting the alien elements, forming a singular, unified human genome. And the truth that shatters everything: the child in the Resistance's care, the one they have fought to protect, is the first successful result of this project. It is not just a key to survival, it is the first step toward humanity's evolution, or its extinction. The child holds the potential to unite the fractured remnants of humanity, to resist the alien forces, or to condemn them all to destruction. In that moment, everything changes. The Resistance is no longer just fighting for survival, they are fighting for the future of their species, for control over the very essence of what it means to be human. The weight of their choices becomes unbearable. There's no turning back now. The stakes have been raised beyond anything they could have imagined. The child is no longer a symbol of hope or fear, it is the decision that will either save or doom them all. The tension is unbearable. The Resistance, now fully aware of the child's significance, faces a final, brutal choice. The alien forces have located them, their ships descending like vultures on a dying carcass. There's no more room for escape, no more time for hesitation. This is the endgame: every decision made now will decide humanity's fate. The child, once an innocent, silent symbol of hope, now stands as the focal point of a deadly struggle. The Resistance has brought the child to a secret, underground facility deep within the ruins, where the last remnants of humanity's military forces are stationed. This is where the final stand will take place. But even as they prepare for the confrontation, doubts continue to gnaw at their minds. What if the child is not their savior, but their doom? What if the alien forces are not after the child to destroy it, but to harness it, to control the very thing that could turn the tide of the war? As the alien forces land, the world above them trembles. The sound of boots marching, weapons powering up, and the low hum of alien technology fills the air. The leader of the Resistance, a battle-hardened commander, locks eyes with the child. He knows this is the moment of truth. The child's abilities, its strange power, could give them the edge they need to win, but they are unsure if humanity is ready for the consequences. Do they unleash the child's power and risk becoming what they fought against? Or do they sacrifice the child, in the hopes that the war will end without causing further destruction? As alien troops storm the facility, the leader makes a choice. He orders the activation of the child's latent abilities. The child's eyes glow, a surge of energy radiating from its body, as if answering an ancient call. It is like nothing anyone has ever seen before. The resistance fighters are thrown back, but it's not from force. It's as if the child has connected with the very essence of the alien technology, pulling it into a new, unstoppable form. The walls tremble as the ground cracks beneath them. The alien commander emerges, his voice cold and unforgiving. He believes the child is nothing more than a tool, a weapon to control. The final confrontation begins, the fate of humanity and the child hanging in the balance. Every move, every strike, is now critical. The resistance must decide if they can control the child's power, or if they are doomed to be consumed by it. The line between savior and destroyer has never been more blurred. The battle is over. The echoes of the final confrontation still linger in the air, a haunting reminder of what has been lost and what has been gained. The child lies in the center of the ruined facility, its small body still glowing faintly with the energy of the final battle. The resistance, battered and blooded, stands in the wreckage, unsure whether to celebrate or mourn. The alien forces have been driven back, their advance halted by the child's power. But victory has come at a great cost. The landscape is forever changed, scarred by the forces unleashed during the final fight. Entire cities have been destroyed, and humanity's numbers have been drastically reduced. What remains is a fragile hope, a hope that hinges on the future of the child, the mysterious force that has altered the course of the war. The resistance leader, once so certain of his mission, now stands with uncertainty in his heart. He has seen the child's power, witnessed its potential to reshape the world. But as he watches the survivors, he understands the deeper consequences of what they've unleashed. The child, with its unimaginable abilities, may have saved them, but it has also introduced a new era of uncertainty. Is humanity ready for the responsibility of wielding such power? Or has it already gone too far, crossing a line from which there is no return? As the survivors begin to rebuild, the leader reflects on the journey that brought them here, the trials, the sacrifices, and the choices that were made. They fought not only for survival, but for the future of their species. In the end, they found a weapon more powerful than they could have imagined, but it came with a price. The world is irrevocably changed, and humanity must now grapple with the consequences of its own creation. The child, now quietly resting, remains the focal point of this new world. Its true purpose remains a mystery. Will it be the key to rebuilding what was lost, or will it become the catalyst for a new kind of destruction? The leader can only wonder what lies ahead, but one thing is certain: humanity has crossed a threshold. The battle may be over, but the journey into the unknown has only just begun. And in the distance, the shadows of the alien empire loom, waiting for the next move. The world is quiet now, a fragile silence settling over the remnants of the battle. Humanity has emerged from the ashes, but the future is anything but certain. The child, once a symbol of hope and fear, now stands at the center of a new world, a world that must decide what role it will play in shaping the future. Its abilities, its connection to the alien technology, remain an enigma, leaving more questions than answers. The resistance has won the battle, but the war is far from over. The alien forces have retreated for now, but they are not defeated. The child's power has been proven, but at what cost? What other secrets lie hidden within its genes? Could this power be the key to rebuilding humanity, or the weapon that will destroy it once and for all? The leader of the resistance looks out across the ruins, a sense of unease settling over him. They may have won today, but the true battle is just beginning. The future of humanity rests not on the victory they've achieved, but on the choices they will make moving forward. Can they control the power they've unleashed? Or will it consume them? The camera lingers on the child, its gaze unwavering, as if it knows something the others do not. It is a reminder that the answers they seek are not yet within their grasp. There are still pieces of the puzzle left to uncover, and the road ahead is fraught with uncertainty. As the survivors begin to rebuild, a shadow moves in the distance, a fleet of alien ships on the horizon, far larger than any they've faced before. The war is not over. It has only just begun. And in the depths of space, a voice whispers, distant and cold, they have awakened something, but they have no idea what they've set in motion. the story is far from finished. There are still questions to be answered, secrets to be revealed, and a war to be fought. Call to action. If you're curious to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for more. The journey is just beginning.